What's up, everyone? Welcome to Friday and another episode of Talking Timepieces with Tony. I'm Tony, and it's Friday, and it's a holiday weekend here in the United States of America. So, long weekend for a lot of people. And today is the Q&A. So, for those of you who don't know, you're new to the you're a new subscriber, whatever. Every Friday we do a Q&A, and it's a lot of fun. And if you want to participate, all you have to do is leave your question in the comment section below, and it'll be featured on one of my upcoming Q&As. So today I am wearing my Rolex 126710 BLNR GMT Master 2 Batgirl, or as I like to call it, my Rolex Batgirl or my Rolex GMT. Anyway, so it's got some cool questions, and let's just roll the intro and we'll get into it. Alrighty then. The first question comes from MGATLINMT. MGATLINMT. Thanks for the great video, Tony. You're welcome, and thank you for watching. I've got a question for you. I'm a fisheries biologist, and spend a lot of my time in the forests and on streams collecting data for work. I am currently on the list at my Rolex AD for a Black Submariner date, and I hope to someday be selected for an allocation. Can you recommend any other luxury tool watches with a date that I should consider at a similar price point to the sub? Thanks again. Well, congratulations. I would follow up with your AD, every few weeks, a month, once a month maybe, just to see where they're at. Go in and visit them if they're close. Say hi, let them know you're still interested, so that way it keeps you on their mind. You know what I mean? Because you'd rather get that watch sooner than later. I would imagine now it's not going to be as difficult to get with the way the market is. So, you could. I would just wait, but if you're gonna maybe you can go with a Tag Heuer Aqua Racer. When you're talking about similar price point, I don't see you can get watches that are equally up there with Rolex and I'm not saying Tag Heuer is, but you can go with a Seamaster 300 Omega. That's a great dive watch. Date. On the rubber bracelet, I would get it. I don't like I don't like it on their steel bracelet. You can go with a Ulysse Nardin Diver X. You're looking at about 13,000 for that. But then I just put that up there because I just think it's a little bit different and kind of cool looking. You know what I mean? Or you can go with the Glashütte original CQ. You're looking at about 10,600 for that watch. And if it was up to me, or you can go with the Tudor Pelagos, the closest thing to the Rolex Submariner, at about $5,000. So if it was up to me, I don't know. If I wasn't going to get the sub, I'd probably get either the Glashütte original or the Pelagos. So hope that helps, and good luck with your sub, man. Next question comes from Mr. London Vlogs. Hey Tony, you are great and full of knowledge. Excellent work as always. Thank you. Appreciate it. My question for you next week, Q&A session. If you need to choose only one watch for the rest of your life, what watch would that be? And not just Rolex. Thanks. Keep up the good work. That's a hard one. And I know a lot of people get asked that question, but and a lot of them go, I just couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it. But if you had to, you'd have to, right? So if it was up to me and I can only have one watch, it would most likely probably be my Rolex GMT. Okay, so let me back up. I got to make sure it's not like a dress watch, like a Vacheron or something like that. It's not versatile enough. You know what I mean? I have to have a watch that can fit in just about every or any situation, right? So it would most likely be my Rolex GMT Batgirl or the Zenith Pilot. Because they're both pretty robust watches. Both have 100 meters water resistance, and you can dress them both up or down. So if that was the case, that's probably the one of those two I would pick. Thanks for your question, man. PQ19476. Agreed, Tony. The Air King is on my radar for this winter. Question: what are your thoughts on the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Silver Sticks? From your knowledge, would this be an easier watch to get at an AD since it's entry level, basic, and simple? I hate entry level. I hate that term. To me, it's like derogatory. Oh, you just want that entry level one, meaning that that's the watch you need to even establish a relationship with the brand to get in, so you can get a real one. You know, no, I don't look at the OP as an entry level watch, man. I think you could start with an Air King or an OP. You know what I mean? I do like the OP silver dial with the gold indices and hands is my favorite variation of that watch, and I've been offered it and I hadn't picked it up. It's the one I wanted the most, even when you could still get the turquoise and all of them, all the colors were still available. That's the one I wanted the most. And then I ended up picking up a silver Datejust, is what my AD got me before the OP. So I took that, but then it wasn't legible for me, which sucked because it was silver dial, but white gold hands, silver on silver. It didn't work for me. It wasn't legible. So then I got offered, at the blue dial, which was really cool. Of course, picked that up. Then I ended up getting the green dial. I was offered the green dial and either the silver with the gold. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I still want to get that watch. But I'd still try for the Air King. It doesn't, either one. You know what I mean? Thanks for your question. At 458V8. Hi, Tony. Great video today. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for answering my question regarding the Patek 6007G. Yes, that's the Calatrava with the carbon fiber. Right on. I have the yellow one and yellow Canary Nomos. Awesome, dude. Yeah, it's a great Patek, man. I'd take it in blue myself, but that's cool. Do you like the Tudor Red Bull Alinghi watches? There's a Chrono and a Pelagos version. I think they are so cool. I've seen them. Not so much my thing. I'm not really into that branding, labeling, you know what I mean? I don't know much about it other than I know it's a Tudor, but with that whole thing, I think it does say Red Bull Racing on it or something, and that's not for me. So, but if you like it, that's all that matters. So go out and get one. Thanks for your question, dude. Angevin. I know it's Angevin. Angevin Gunas. I'll never get that name right. Hey, I know you're from Australia, I believe. Or is it Africa? Shoot. I think Australia. Hey, Tony, best timepiece show on YouTube. Thanks, dude. I really appreciate that. Like and subscribe, everyone. I mean, that's what keeps me motivated to do this. I really appreciate it. I'm so close to 5,000 subscribers, appreciate it. Angevin from Sydney, Australia. You say it right here, man. I should read it before I talk. Tony, you have a wonderful collection. Thank you. I appreciate that. How do you keep them? Do you have them in their individual boxes, watch box, or cabinet? How easy is it for you to rotate? Also, how do our watch friends keep theirs? Keep rocking, Tony. P.S. I love your cats. Shout out to Paco. Oh, Paco, hey, shout out. And then Uku's right here. She feels left out now. It's all good. No, I don't keep them in their individual boxes, man. That'd be crazy, dude. I have all of the boxes stored, and I got most of my watches stored now. I don't have any Rolex here. There's just a couple things I have to, I'm a little, I put it this way. I don't need all my luxury watches in this place right here. I have my Rolex GMT and I have a few others, a lot less of expensive watches and whatever. So, but, do I keep that? I have several multi-slot watch boxes that I keep, I have here with a bunch of watches in them. Don't get me wrong. There's still a ton of watches here, but the Rolex and things like that, even the Rolex go in, just a multi-slot watch box, whether it's a 6-slot, 10-slot, or 12-slot box, because I have multiples of each one. So that's what I do. And it's easier for me to rotate that way. Yeah, especially with the glass top. So I can go, oh, today I'm going to wear that one. But then I'll wear it for a little bit, put it back in, and then go, now I'm going to wear that one. And then he's also asking you guys, how do you store your watches? So maybe you guys can chime in. Thanks for your question. Always appreciate it, man. This is from Matt Smith, 7940. 79. Hey Tony, trying to decide my next watch purchase, and it's between the Zenith Chronomaster original triple calendar in green, the Rolex GMT Master 2 Bruce Wayne. My only watch currently is a Tudor Black Bay 58 bronze. Let me know your thoughts. All right, well, I can. Okay, so you have a Tudor, all right, but do you have a relationship with your AD? Because you can't just walk in and get the GMT Bruce Wayne, dude. You're gonna have to do some, I don't, you're gonna have to build that relationship to get that watch with them. But if you can get it, cool. Then if the Zenith Chronomaster original, the Zenith Chronomaster original triple calendar in green is a boutique only watch. I don't know if you can buy it direct on their website, but it is a boutique edition. You can't just go into a Zenith AD and buy it. And those watches are apples and oranges, man. It's kind of like, should I get a Porsche 911 or should I get a Honda Accord? I'm not saying that one or the other is a Porsche and one's a Honda Accord. I'm just saying it's kind of like that's what I mean. The Zenith is a phenomenal watch, man. I mean, you've got a sport watch. You got the bronze Black Bay 58, which is similar to a sub, right, or a vintage style sub. I'd go with the Zenith then. On that note, definitely easier to get, killer watch, man. But you're looking at more complications on that watch, and then the GMT's got two complications: a date function and a GMT. You decide. Best of luck to you, man. I appreciate it. This is from Lux Looks. Hey Tony, I love the diversity of your collection. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Do you feel you give enough wrist time to each of your watches? I typically keep my collection at around 3 pieces and still feel I don't give each piece enough wrist time. No, I mean, it's hard. You can't just, some watches just sit and they don't get worn and they don't get worn. And then I'll put them on for a few minutes, then I'll take them off, and then that leads to watches that get sold, that I don't wear anymore, so yeah, it can be difficult, I do have my general, like I say, I took my Rolex are stored, a lot of my valuable watches. So the watches I have here, apart from my whole Swatch collection is here, and then other watches. But like for instance, my Rolex GMT stays with me. My Zenith Pilot is always on my Zenith stand right here because I'm always wearing that one. Cartier is a staple as well. So, I kind of, and then I have Nomos that I'll fluctuate between those. And I've been wearing my Vacheron a lot lately, but I'm going to sell that one most likely. I've been saying that, but we'll see. Yeah, anyway, but I hope that helps, man. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. This one comes from Rafael Olivia 6425. Tony, thanks for the content. You aren't the only one that finds the Daytona hard to read, right? My girlfriend has a two-tone and a yellow gold Daytona. Nice. I find the dial is too busy and I can't easily read them. I agree. I totally agree. And the funny thing is, everyone who gets one's like, oh my God, I got the Daytona. And I was like that too. Until like the following day when I actually had to wear my regular glasses, and I didn't have when I picked my Daytona up, it was at the AD. Bright lights. I had my reading glasses on. I could read that watch perfect. Awesome. Stoked. Oh my God. Whoa. The clouds parted and the Daytona gods shined upon me. And that was the Daytona god, Ron Bindi. Juan, my sales rep, But you're on it says anyway, so I'm on the list for a Batgirl. Can you do an update on yours? Yes, I'm wearing it right now. And that's from the 305. Is 305 Florida? Yeah, I mean, it's the perfect Rolex. It's my favorite Rolex, bar none. It's legible. It looks cool. It's what it is. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, can't go wrong. Thanks for your question, dude. Darren Fry 4695. Hi Tony, love the bracelet. Looks good on you. Thanks, dude. You're talking about my David Yurman with black diamonds. What do you think of Tag Heuer? And also, would you wear a Nevada Gretchen? Thanks, UK fan. Tag Heuer depends on which one. I mean, overall as a brand, they're okay. I don't like all of them. I mean, very few of them. Yeah, I mean, they got that F1 model that I still want to check it out. It's 35 millimeter. There's, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're cool. And would I wear a Nevada Grenchen? Probably not. Thank you for your question, man. I appreciate it. The last question comes from John Prosser 5035. Hi, Tony. Thanks for reading my question about being disappointed with a brand. Absolutely. Apologies. I I maybe didn't use the right word when describing the JLC Polaris. I was using in a context of delicate. It felt a bit flimsy. It didn't have that robust sports watch feel. Okay, yeah, I remember that question, and I remember this question because I had to get some things to show you for this question. Got another for you. Do you have a Grail guitar? Or if you could own any other musician's guitar, whose would it be and why? Really appreciate your content. Thanks for taking the time. Okay, I'm going to show you 3 Grail instruments I have. And if it was another, okay, if it's other musician, I mean, I wouldn't own it to play it. You know what I mean? Like if I got Eddie Van Halen's one of his Frankenstein guitars, like his original one, I wouldn't play it. I'd frame it, hang it on the wall. And I believe also when you play other artists' instruments, even though you love that artist, that guitar wouldn't work for you. You know what I mean? Like I would get, if I had Stevie Ray Vaughan's Strat, man, that would be freaking awesome. I wouldn't play it though. Even when I was still playing electric guitar, I wouldn't play it because I know he's got fat neck and he uses very heavy gauge strings. And besides, I have instruments that are is equal. You know what I mean? So, but let me just show you, like for instance, as far as, and I haven't played electric guitar, I want to say in about 13 years, except for last year when I was in uh, Nashville working on that song with Lincoln. He forced me to play electric guitar. He put a gun to my head and he said, "You're playing the electric guitar on this song, dude." I went, "No, you do it." And he went, "No, you do it." But I've been sponsored and endorsed by a company called ESP Guitar Company for over 30 years. They, if anyone knows guitars or guitar players, they endorse the Metallica guys, James Hetfield, whatever that other guy's name, Kirk Hammett, I guess. I don't like Metallica, but you know, lots of metal guys, you know. And I was doing blues. I loved Fender Strats, but I liked the I love the way Fender Strats play, but I wanted a better instrument than a Fender Strat. So ESP were kind enough to give me an endorsement many years ago. This happens to be a prototype custom shop signature model. So it has my signature on the headstock there. And it's relic and it's all beat up, but it was made like this. So what they did is, and I had a ton of these guitars, a bunch of them. ESP were so kind to me; they gave me so many guitars. So, but this one's the prototype. And so, what ESP did is they didn't release it as a signature model because I just didn't have a big enough name, and it would be like, who's going to buy that? But they released the what was it called? Does it have the name on here? No, it doesn't. It was their Strat. Vintage plus Strats that were kind of relic, and they based those off of this, and that's what they were selling as basically my signature model, but just didn't have my name on it. And I have a few of those too. So yeah, that's this also has it didn't come. I also have an endorsement with Seymour Duncan pickups. I don't have endorsements with them anymore, but and so there was, you know, we put custom pickups and everything, and this one has a super switch thingy in it and whatever. So that was this. I haven't even seen this guitar in a few years, man. I literally just pulled it out of the case for this. The next one, you know, is a Grail. I would love to have. I'm sorry, just bear with me for a minute, you guys. I love Paco de Lucia, and a lot of you guys know I play Spanish guitar, as you see in the intro. Paco de Lucia is like the Eddie Van Halen or Jimi Hendrix of flamenco guitar. He passed away 2012 or 2014. Can't remember which year. So, and he played Philippe Conde guitars, but also Pepe Romero Jr., who is a guitar luthier, builds flamenco and classical guitars, built a guitar for Paco de Lucia. But he also made me this guitar. This is a flamenco guitar that is very similar to the one that he made for Paco de Lucia. He customized this one by putting electronics in it for me, a pickup, so I can plug it in. Paco de Lucia and any traditional flamenco player will never put a pickup in the guitar. They have a mic to it and whatever. I will mic when I'm playing, or I mean when I'm recording, but it's also a good idea to have it plugged in if you're doing a session or whatever, and you can't have any outside noise coming in, whatever. So this is a very special guitar. And unfortunately, I just can't play guitar anymore because of my back and other issues I have with my shoulder and whatever. Last instrument I'm going to show you, although I have a lot. Okay, keep in mind I have a lot of electric guitars that are all ESP. I have a lot of acoustic guitars, including Takamine, who have given me guitars. I am also a ukulele player, but I play flamenco style Latin. It's just very similar to just like the intro, but on ukulele. So I don't play it like your typical standard ukulele. This is a Tony Gamble model as well. Koaloha, based out of Hawaii, hand make these for me. I have a ton of them, and I love that company. They've been very good to me. So yeah, if I was going to get a ukulele from any other artist, I wouldn't care because I don't have any ukulele influences that I really care about. But guitars, it would be either Paco de Lucia, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Eddie Van Halen, or Jimi Hendrix. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.